How are y'all doing?
Hey, how's it
Good,
going? Thank you for coming.
good.
Nice guy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can hear my
absolutely.
mic.
Yeah.
I didn't get to test the mic earlier,
Yeah,
so
yeah, I can hear your mic.
okay,
Jump into the
good.
light. And you're from New York?
Yes, yeah. I was actually like I was at this one of these a month ago, and you actually emailed me, and I feel bad because I didn't follow up with you, so I
Oh, no problem.
apologize. but I remember we had a nice discussion about like multiplayer and networking and all that stuff. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, thank you for coming. Are you looking to hire folks for your studio?
well, I wish we were in the position to hire. We're like right now we're Jump to the Light is like closing down, so
Mm-hmm.
we're in the stage of like liquidating assets and just trying to figure out the next step. Like we've we've
Feel your pain
been
there.
been part
Yeah.
of the studio for we have actually a lot of unfinished projects as part of the studio that I would really like to finish. And if I could figure out a way to hire some people, I would love to do that. Right now, I'm kind of just they're turning into hobby projects, and I'm just kind of fiddling with them in my free time.
Yeah.
So I guess if I could find people who are looking more
Hey,
just for
if you ever want to just shoot me an
collaborating.
email,
Where did the voice come from?
Shia over
right here,
here.
right next to
Oh,
me.
okay.
In front of you.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Sorry. Yeah, my
Yeah.
my Pimax was having audio issues, so I had to go to the desktop versions.
Oh,
Okay.
you're good.
Yeah, so I'm on a stupid computer. I don't have my VR headset on. I actually do. I'm using it because I got it to work, but the audio is now Pimax. But I'm using.
What are you a developer or what's your?
Yes. I'm a developer. Unreal, Unity. I also do graphics via Blender and stuff. I'm mostly a developer though. Still wouldn't consider myself a.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, same.
but yeah,
But
I was the lead developer for Pandora's Box VR arcade and experience.
oh, okay.
I know
Awesome.
how the liquidating works. Let me tell you. That's why I was saying I know how you feel because we did the same thing about 6 months ago. So.
Ah, ouch. That was right at the beginning of the pandemic days. That's,
Well, ours was right before the pandemic. It was kind of like I don't know. It was weird. It was super.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a tough time for everybody.
Business was tough even before pandemic, and then pandemic
Yeah.
just kind of wiped everybody out. So there's just no hope, and we're still we haven't started liquidating yet, but we're like at the stage of like I'm still bit of hope that somebody's going to want to like see some potential in this, and we can just sell the whole thing as like one and keep the business alive. But that hope will probably be dwindling down these next we have till our leases ends up in end of December, so we have basically 4 months to find somebody. We've been talking to these like blockchain guys though that have like seem to have
Up there and I realized, wow, I can't believe I have stage fright in this. So funny.
It's
Because
real
it's been a
people.
while, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just wanted to rip it
Of
off
course,
like a
yeah.
band-aid and go first. Try to encourage more people to do it too.
Yeah, I
It
appreciate
does
it.
feel way more personal, you know, than just like if you were.
Well, this is something we found that you can't really do on a Zoom call. Like this type of like I was talking to them earlier, and then like I saw you guys, so I wanted to come talk to you guys. Like these group conversations and just organic. Oh, you're standing over here, I'm over here, and the body language if you have VR. People.
Yeah, I'm a 3D modeler. I actually didn't
yes.
share my portfolio, but if you want to look it up, it's the same thing as my name, CoreyKotcher.weebly.com.
Okay. Okay. I'll check it out after the meetup. Oh, and you can also join our Discord
All the
server.
shots and
Our
everything
Discord
were
server
all
link is
in
up
virtual
top.
reality. All of it in virtual reality.
Something and
You
then
have to walk in here to click it.
There we go,
Yeah,
I
you might
just
have to walk
joined.
inside to click it. Yeah. That's where we make these announcements about the meetups and do like game, like tournaments and talk about games and stuff.
I think contacting out to the Reddit pages is really helpful because there's a lot of VR enthusiasts that visit the pages, so
Yeah.
good exposure.
There's a game that I have that's like a cover
Yeah, no, totally. I was surprised because this is the first time that we posted on Reddit and people actually came from Reddit. We usually have people like from our meetup come, but this is amazing. Yeah, this way we get to like have people from all around the country come, and not just like in our local area.
So I
Right.
missed
Seems to
the
be
first few
working.
minutes of your presentation because I was a few minutes late. Was there anything notable said during that time about?
I can
Yeah,
say,
so for
VR?
our presentation, I basically said that we do business conferences and we do meetups in VR,
I can.
and we're hiring. We're hiring for our studio for making
Oh,
games
okay.
and enterprise contracts with VR. Oh,
Yeah.
where's your background? Are you a VR dev?
Cutting out a little.
Oh, what is your background?
Oh, I have a software engineering degree. I graduated from Cogswell a while back,
Oh,
and
nice.
recently I've been trying to get into developing VR games. I started getting into it once VR Chat released their Udon script,
Yeah,
and I've been
very
working
powerful.
with Merlin's like Udon Sharp. So I've been working with the the C Sharp wrapper on top of it, and I've been slowly creating a map in that. I've been doing like trying to work on a mini golf thing slowly over the course of a couple months as I've been moving as well. And I've also started getting into 3D modeling to, actually make the props for it as well, which hasn't been as hard as I thought, thankfully, so far.
Very cool. Yeah, so you're trying to do the full stack. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that on my list to actually go through. It looks like a pretty good layer. I'm not sure if it solves the main problems though, which is nap punch through. That's the main multiplayer death trap, is just getting two computers behind NATs, which everyone's behind these days, to talk to each other. So
We're actually using.
I mean, can you just like implement the ICE protocol or anything like that, or
I don't actually know much about the ICE protocol. Maybe I can. I will be checking into the ICE protocol. Or you're talking about wait.
It uses stun and turn to
Gotcha.
punch a hole through the net.
I've only explored like UP&P section and stuff. I don't think I've looked into that stuff yet. What I'd like is, wouldn't it be nice if you
Elaborate on that. Okay. Yeah,
You walk in there and you immediately notice, like, oh, this is weird. Like, I don't hear any air conditioning. I don't hear anything. Well, an anechoic chamber, if it's built right, it's down to like NC5 or NC10. And so, again, I haven't done this, but everybody I've talked to who goes in there, they say
solely on its.
weird.
I'm gonna just guess.
Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, that's the idea. Like, Flipside is actually doing really well. I met those guys back
So how often do these events occur?
We run meetups every week. This week we decided to make it like dev recruiting themed, but every week we try to have a different theme. The dev recruiting theme usually comes back like every 4 to 6 weeks because we're constantly looking for to network with new people. We also have a boot camp for like beginner VR developers. We have other like more business networking events where like you talk about it'll be like enterprise VR focus, or it'll be games VR focus, or it'll be indie dev focus, things like that. So folks can network.
Yeah, I've just been working on my mini golf thing for the Udon for VR chat type thing, and maybe once that's completed, maybe I'll see about porting it over to just base Unity with a VRTK or something like that. Getting off the Udon system, see how troublesome that is. Maybe work on networking on my own, see if I can pull that off. And I've also just been working on like a design document for a theoretical like game in the future, like trying to pull together what ideas would be really good in VR for, say, like an MMORPG. How to best make that game while capitalizing on like the strengths of VR, the immersion aspect, social aspect. You obviously have to have a much smaller world due to traveling taking much longer, since people aren't right around it like in Mach speed or whatever. A lot of different challenges and things.
So your golfing game is currently single player, and you're working on making it multiplayer? Is that what you were saying with networking?
No, it's done in Udon, which is VR chat's scripting, and I'm doing it in and Merlin's like Udon Sharp, and it automatically comes with the Photon type networking. I haven't implemented it yet, but that's what it comes with. So once I get that down, I'll use VR chat's networking API.
I've been using Photon recently. it's pretty nice, but I I haven't explored it a whole lot yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I find it's like way harder to find just like AR type developers in comparison to VR. Like I barely even know anything about how to get started with it.
It's all so new
Yeah.
still.
I've been working on making a cross-platform, cross-reality game right now, and just trying to get it all working well together. The AR side has kind of been a nightmare.
What headset are you using?
Well, I have I have all of the Oculus ones, but my target is the Oculus Quest.
Okay. When you say
Good
AR,
choice.
you're using the camera feed for AR on Oculus, I'm guessing.
This is a personal project where I'm just trying to make it cross-platform for any device. So, Android phones, Oculus Quest, and PC are the first three targets for proof of concept, and everything is communicating really well. Except I'm getting so much jitter on the AR application, just finding planes in the environment is proving complicated.
And the AR part is
Whoa.
the AR part is on the phone, like Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Is what you mean? Okay,
Yes,
got
it
it.
is.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I thought you meant like HoloLens or something like that.
Oh, no. I should have clarified. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen. I think it's called Acron, Attack of the Squirrels or something. They've got a really simple game, right? One VR player with a bunch of Android or iOS players from their phone, and I really love that design because unfortunately a lot of people don't have a VR headset, right? So you either exclude a whole bunch of people, or I don't know.
Yeah, and
that's
and
why I'm
the
trying to.
difficulty with being a developer is you exclude all the people and your game can't take off because there's not enough people. I think that's one of the big reasons why VR chat took off is because they allowed for desktop users, and now so many people got VR because of VR chat. So
yeah,
same with enterprise as well. That's why we have desktop Mac and Windows support. It's so important.
Ben, are you doing co-located? Like you're doing multi-platforms, or like you're doing? You said you're targeting AR and VR. Are you doing co-located? So shared coordinates, shared world space.
Yes, shared world.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you're mixing VR and AR, so it's kind of thing.
Yeah. And I was saying the VR and PC are working well together, and the AR side is proving to be a little more tricky. I'm having issues with plane recognition in the environment.
What are you using? Are you using?
I am. I'm using AR Foundation and
Foundation,
AR Core.
yes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's used AR Foundation yet, but that was the one I decided to use because it can also go to AR Kit as well as AR Core. So that way you can push to iOS too.
I have used AR Foundation and I didn't have the same issue, but I didn't do a full I was just more testing it out, and I did the Hello Cubes kind of AR Foundation, and it seemed to track pretty well. But.
I'm starting to wonder if my personal device meets the minimum requirements, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm having more of a hardware issue or something with my current phone, because it just barely meets the minimum criteria. So I should probably get a couple other devices and do some testing on that.
I remember you were saying that you're currently hiring as well.
Yeah, we're hiring for we have our passion project games that we work on. Rayori being one of them. There's a booth for it here, and we also have enterprise contracts that we currently are working on and have coming in the next month, in the next 2 months.
Okay.
We're looking for
Yeah, Wyatt
developers
was telling
and
me a little
artists
bit
for.
that he was working with Riori and
Yeah,
some
yeah.
experience with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Wyatt's awesome. Helped us out a lot on.
I can't do thumbs up.
So what kind of skill sets are you guys looking for a lot of your projects? I was trying to, Wyatt shared with me that you guys mainly are working with Unity.
Yeah.
But
Lots of Unity. Pretty much, if someone's like developed content on their own before, like full stack, then that's a pretty pretty much exactly what we need. Just someone who could do anything in Unity as a developer. We sometimes we touch on multiplayer, so sometimes some multiplayer experience would be helpful. But most of the time, it's just knowing how to work with Steam VR, Oculus SDK, and just sort of basic code, making a whole game or making a whole app. Yeah.
Okay.
And like learning on the job, because most of the stuff we do is new to us too. So just like knowing how to learn something new.
Yeah. Just speaking of learning too, so I'm sure you've dealt with a lot of different people. So coming from Unreal Engine, I've worked with Unity dealing exclusively with augmented reality for mobile applications and Google AR Core. But how difficult do you think the transition from both those worlds would be to Unity with virtual reality?
I personally don't think it's going to be a challenge at all. I think it's the only thing might just be like familiarity with the specific VR SDKs. In terms of like developing a game or game design or like how to code or how to architect, you've done all that in your Unreal stuff. In terms of the design thinking for designing for mobile and performance and using an AR SDK or using a phone SDK, you have all that from your AR. Is it Android or iOS or?
Cross-platform, for
okay,
Android and iOS.
Yeah, and then just the design thinking between doing cross-platform. Yeah, so I would say you have everything that you need. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've been trying to get into Unity for VR too. One of my friends was working on a project with using the Magic Leap to make a tower defense game where one player controls it on his phone and the other player controls this like mage type character in 3D. Where they use hand gestures in front of the magic leap on the head to try to cast spells.
Oh, very
that
cool.
Seems like a pretty cool project he was doing.
Yeah. I think I saw a demo of something, a game similar to that at GDC once, and yeah, just the idea of like, was it multiplayer, like another person, or was it?
It was a multiplayer in the sense that it was local multiplayer in the way that keep talking. What was it? The bomb
keep
defusing
talking,
game. I
explodes.
Yeah, it's the same aspect of that. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So it was similar to that aspect where it's local multiplayer with two different machines. Although that game is the same machine, but yeah, they would do it over a local network.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Good. You?
Good.
Good. Thanks.
Daniel, do you mind reminding me real quick again what you worked on? I took a screenshot of your presentation earlier, but
I've worked on a couple VR games for game jams, and that's pretty much just all me. The most recent one I did for VR Jam 2020, I got a little bit of programming help from one of my friends just for like some enemy AI
What'd you make?
stuff, but like all the VR stuff was made like level design and all that. It's a sort of puzzle shooter FPS type thing. You've got like a gun. And it's got 3 different modes of like shooting that unlock as level progresses. So you have to like shoot enemies, like shoot electronics, and like charge things, and that kind of thing. I just barely managed to squeak it out before the jam ended, but
awesome.
Yeah, I've wanted to do a bigger project than that. Just at getting started and actually sort of like digging into it. That's the
Are those jams
thing, but
still happening? Like, are they happening? Are those events still happening virtually?
I mean, it all depends. Like, Itch doesn't see a lot of VR jams, at least from what I've noticed over the past year. I've been in 3. I've submitted to 2, and I've only ever seen like a few others, maybe at most. I don't know. I think it's just because there's when you think about the people on itch.io, like there's the proportion of VR developers on the site compared to like everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, so it makes sense
We're
that there's
quite
going to be
outnumbered.
less jams for
Yeah.
VR and all that.
Hey, nice to meet you. Hey.
How's it going?
Yeah, I don't think we've have we talked yet today?
We have not.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually the first time I've also been at this event.
Oh, awesome! Welcome. Are you from the Vive Reddit?
Yeah, I actually was on the Vive Reddit. I saw this event. I was like, you know what? I'll join.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you for coming.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
so,
thanks for setting this up.
Yeah. We were looking to
this is
hire...
actually pretty neat.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we usually use this for our conferences, our business conferences. The booths that you see here are from our Indie Dev conference in June. But we needed a hire, so we held a recruiting event here. We're looking for VR developers and artists. What's your background?
Okay.
Where do you come from?
So I went to school for game development back in 2006 through 2008, specifically Full Sail. And because of the time I graduated, I needed to get the first job I could get out of school. It was 2008 recession, all that good stuff. So I've been doing mobile application development for like ever since. So I've been doing like Android application development, including working on some early augmented reality glasses, creating 3D UIs, just straight off of OpenGL. Because I happen to have the game development background as well as years of experience with Android development. So now I'm just trying to get back into the game development side because I've been in like enterprise for a little bit, and I want to get out of enterprise and into something that I know that people will enjoy or get back into 3D stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. What are some of the projects that
really
you've
I've just
worked
been
on?
working on a portfolio.
Yeah. What's some of your portfolio recently? What's some of the projects that you've been working on recently?
So projects I'm currently working on is getting a void simulation working in Unreal. Just figuring out like how to properly set up the flocking simulation in a performant way using the AI system, so using their behavior tree system.
Is this for?
And it's mostly just to learn Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Because I know a little bit about 3D development. I just don't know the engines.
Is this for mobile?
Well, I can compile it for anything. I haven't really particularly made it for any one system.
Okay.
But I could really just make it for anything because there's not much controls. After I do that, I was going to like start doing a little bit more game-related stuff, or maybe see if I can join a team to like work on something a little bit bigger than myself.
Nice. Do you have any experience in Unity?
Yeah, so I started learning Unity a bit because of like years of working in Java and Kotlin and also C# in Mono for using Xamarin. I figured, hey, maybe I should learn this. So I started that out, and Unity is cool and all, but I kind of like really started to gravitate towards Unreal.
Yeah.
But I do like both.
Awesome. So you started off in Unity and then went into Unreal. It sounds like. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, because Unreal, like, there's a lot more like C++ in there, and I wanted to get more C++ experience. Because like if I'm looking out for jobs, a lot of them are looking for C++ experience rather than C# experience.
Yeah. So you're not looking for something specifically
on that.
game dev or something like that, or like a. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you're not looking. Are you looking for like specifically game dev opportunities? You mentioned you're working mobile, so I'm guessing like you're pretty just software. It could be software in general.
Well, I'm specifically looking for game development.
Okay.
Really. Yeah, because like I want to get into game development because I want to make stuff that's targeted towards consumers, not towards big businesses.
Yeah. I know that feel. Yeah,
like having to like work on features that some manager that has never even used the application says needs to happen, or else they're going to pull away with millions of dollars or something like that. It's like that's not what I want to do.
I would always I remap slowdown time to a toggle button so I could tap it, slow down time permanently, and then just run around with a knife going stab, Dab, dab, dab.
I mean, if you're trying to get all the MO2,
So you'd recommend
you, like, have
Boneworks
to
then,
get-
huh?
Oh, dude, Boneworks is great.
It's pretty good, yeah. It's got a
I
bit
just
of a
started playing Alex,
drop, but, you know.
and that's pretty good. But
Alex
Oh
is
man,
great, yeah.
The speed run of Half-Life Alex is insane. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen it, but the tech that they use in there, it's
yeah,
Super Hot's another
I,
one.
I wasn't
not,
thinking about the speed run.
It's not big. There's not a lot of great speed games for VR. Like Boneworks and Alex are probably the two biggest. Some people speedrun Talos Principle. Yeah, and Stride's gonna be great for it because like it's literally just jumping around speed and all that. I can't.
Maybe
Remember.
that's where the
Hey, Andrew.
market needs to go. Like there's a market open.
Hey,
Yeah.
remind me again what you're working on, or what your background is?
I'm not working on anything right now. I just finished up
man.
a freelance
Probably the best
3D
movement,
printing thing, so
I've experienced is within,
got nothing going.
Are you more?
But I'm a
game half and half. Has
I'm a
anyone
modeler or 3D modeler
It's
generalist.
Awesome.
It's
So
very
a little-
limited as far as game.
Quickly, how there was like a medical device or a patent for one, where somebody was able to make something that covered the ear that stimulated your inner ear constantly at like a very low level, so that while they did that, because your inner ear was constantly stimulated, you just would not get motion sick at all. I went in detail how about they played different VR games while they had that on. They would normally get motion sickness, and they had other players to sit as well, where they had absolutely zero motion sickness no matter what. And the kicker that made me real sad about it was that they said in a comment that they had no plans in order to put this into like a VR product or pitch this as an idea to any like VR
Of course
headsets.
not.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that one day.
I feel like it would have some. They'd have some difficulty with user adoption. Anything that starts going into your body and
Oh, it's not into your body. It's actually just by vibrations, if I remember right.
Okay, so it's not like in your ear.
No, it's not in your ear, I believe.
Okay.
Could be wrong. But
Is it like attached to? Because I know I've seen some headphones that attach to like your. I think it's called the maxilla, the bone behind your ear. Because if that vibrates, you hear it. But was it something like that where it attaches there, or was it actually just like a headphone, like an earbud?
I don't. It's been long enough that I don't remember the exact details. All I know is that it wasn't too invasive, and that it was on vibrating the inner ear. That's all I can remember.
I wonder if someone could like sell that as like a separate product, maybe like either software that you could run on top of like VR, or if you could like buy the, something that you put in while you're doing the kind of games.
Yeah, I'm hopeful if that invention or that claim really was true and as good as they said, while not being like invasive or annoying, that one day a headset manufacturer, maybe Valve, puts that into their next headset, because solving motion sickness would do a lot for VR.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yes, absolutely.
At least for the mainstream, that'd be nice.
One thing I noticed with a lot of ports, because like Skyrim or Fallout, I get really motion sick from playing those, but no other games make me motion sick, really. Just something about, I'm not sure why, but
Something
just
about
something about
Bethesda?
playing those.
Something about Bethesda themselves?
Yeah, I guess so. It's Bethesda, I don't know, but it was, that was making me really sick for some reason.
Yeah, there's
Part
a
of
lot
it could be also the
things
jittery
that
frame rate.
cause motion sickness, like frame rate, obviously, just the general refresh rate, maybe just how the movement works in general, or how everything just appears to you when you move.
Those games were designed with PC movement or like console movement in mind. They weren't designed for VR movement. VR movement is very different to prevent motion sickness. Yeah, it's really
Yeah, you can really tell who's given thought to motion sickness in their games.
Yeah.
It's like one of the biggest reasons for me to like buy or return a game.
Yep. Yeah.
Imagine if that was solved, you could actually move players without their consent. You could like shoot a player across the room and not have to worry about them throwing up.
Yeah.
Not that deep.
I mean, there are ways to do it, and there are lots of really good developers who have applied movement systems that don't have motion sickness or reduce motion sickness. It's just a lot of devs. I spoke to these devs who were doing this a long time ago. I don't know if they're still around. It's a battle royale game when PUBG first came out. And they're like, oh, we should do PUBG in VR. And I talked to them, and I was like, I got so sick. I was sick for an hour. I had to take a walk around the block, and I was still sick when I came home. And they're like, oh, then it's not for you. And I'm like,
what?
No. They're like, I gave them like a list of 5 steps they could take to, for the movement system and different options. And like, no, it's not for those people.
That VR thing was like the vehicle was just, and your body was like that. It's like, what? What's happening?
Yeah, a lot of devs take it personally when you try and give them constructive criticism.
Yeah, and you're
attacking their baby.
we were. I mean, I was like that too when I first started. I mean, it happens to everybody. Yeah, it's your baby. It's hard to not get upset. But I think over time
I got
you
lucky
need that feedback.
when I was. I had this very experienced engineer who would just like in good jest shit all over my work intentionally. He's like, oh yeah, you're great, but it would be 10 times better if you didn't do this.
It's good to have people
he
like
really
that.
conditioned me for that.
Yeah,
but
we can't see
if you have the right person who can give you that constructive criticism, it goes such a long way.
Absolutely.
Also helps when you have somebody that doesn't just like trash your work and instead like tries to be constructive about it. Like when they're acting towards like trying to help you out with your game rather than just being like, you're crap, everything you have is crap.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to keep that stuff in mind when I share like working prototypes with people who aren't developers, and they're like content strategy guys, and they put on their headset and try it out. They're like, whoa, like this speed is a little slow. Like it's like yeah, but it's working. Like I can change that setting right now. I'm just trying to get everything working together.
I always have trouble trying to isolate a mechanic and see how someone who doesn't do VR development would try to interact with it, but then they start noticing all the other things surrounding it, and I'm like, wait, no, just focus on this piece. But it's definitely challenging.
You know what would be good background music? It's like, no, I'm trying to test the gameplay mechanic.
I feel like it's pretty tough to get accurate playtesting with VR games too, because so little people have the headsets. So you have to, bring them in and allow them to use your hardware to do such. But I thought it was good though with this the one group I was working with. They would host events so that people could showcase their work, so that many people could go and try it out. So then all the developers would take notes on what was going right, what was going wrong. But this is a funny story. I don't know if you guys want to hear it. Are you guys familiar with Drunken Bar Fight?
Yes.
Game?
Yeah.
So their developer showed up at one of the events, and he was showcasing his game to everybody. And I wanted to play it, so I got into the queue and I started playing. And halfway through, because you're punching, you're walking around the room trying to beat up everyone with bar stools and stuff, but I accidentally punched his lighthouse.
Oh no!
And knocked it off the ground. So, yeah, that was not good. I just took the headset off. I'm like, thank you.
It means the game was good. It really got you into it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we used to run that at our VR arcade all the time. The kids, oh my god, all that pent up anger, it got it all out. Yeah, and we used to do meetups at the library, at our local library, so people could come and use our VR headsets to run the games, and we'd go to conferences and stuff. An exhibit, yeah.
Nice.
We're hoping to use this, like how you could click on the links, and at the last conference we had Discord links, but in the future you could put actual download links, so you could demo your game right here at your booth. So we're hoping to make that into a thing pretty soon.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, because with Corona going on right now, there's not really many demos happening, right? So what are people doing for that?
I mean, I was actually just thinking about this earlier. If we did a Vive Reddit demo, because I know a lot of the folks in Vive Reddit are developers and have demos. Would you guys be interested in something like a demo, just a fun, casual demo day type of meetup? like for an hour or
I,
two.
I would love
posting
that.
and
I've been
cross-posting
working
to a
on
couple
yeah, like
demo prototype for a while, and I'm like grasping at straws, like where I could where's the best place to share this?
Yeah. Developers are really hurting because normally we have these expos that we can go to, and
Right.
like, whether they're VR or whether they're like game or even like the anime conventions. There's VR devs that go there, and now they're all gone. So just I don't know about you guys, but like we get a lot of traction through like just meeting people, and they go, hey, this is cool, I'll go check it out, or here's a Steam key, or oh yeah, I'll go buy your game, and just like in person recruiting, oh yeah, come join our Discord type of thing. Because that like the in person really matters a lot. That connection rather than just a post on the internet. So
Like if you look at modern WoW, it's they have practically Farmville in it. They have practically Plants vs Zombies in it. Like there's different quests that actually change how the game works, and it's basically just a bunch of mini games inside of one giant social game.
Yeah, is your MMORPG really an MMORPG if it doesn't have a fishing minigame in it?
I know, right?
Man.
One thing I thought was pretty cool, like the social aspect of VR. I was assisting some research when I was going to school, and it was with Facebook's social platform. And what we would do is we would get a bunch of kids, freshmen, together who didn't know each other and put them in a room. And initially they weren't talking when they were outside of VR, but as soon as they put the headsets on and they're kind of detached from the physical aspects of each other, they started getting the conversation going, and they grew pretty close just from working inside the headset.
That's actually something that our researcher client was studying, is the impact of, okay, when you put somebody in a new environment, maybe give them a story, maybe give them another avatar, let them be whoever they want to be or be someone else. How could their behavior change? And yeah, I totally believe in that. That is a real thing. Yeah, that VR can influence how you act and behave.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
Yeah, I would like to see that as like some sort of social anxiety treatment or something like that program. That would be such a noble thing to do. It's something awesome to work on, because like you basically be doing game development as well as fixing
actually
something,
helping people. Yeah,
a problem that is out there in the world.
I've heard so many just personal anecdotes, like no official thing yet, but like just so many personal anecdotes of friends or friends of friends who suffer from a lot of social anxiety. Or just like don't talk to people in real life, or don't talk a lot, or like something like stage fright, like all those things, and I just see them after like a year of being in VR and talking to people, like the way they talk, how much they talk, how comfortable they feel in their voice. It's incredible. Like that is real.
It's a real shame what you guys hear what happened with like Mozilla. Mozilla is shutting down like while scaling back their WebXR team.
That's unfortunate.
I think they letting go like about 250 people, which was I think a big chunk of their team. So they were the ones who were doing like Mozilla Hubs and which was an amazing platform. If anybody is like played around with Hubs.
IEEE held their conference on there,
Yeah, we did. We held a conference in Hubs as well, and like I loved it because it's like open source, and you can actually like you can host your own. You can host your own, create your own custom Hubs client that can run on your own web page, and so basically you can like white label, make it your own system. You can change all the elements. Like you had like a ton of control. And if you're just using Hubs Cloud, I was using Hubs Cloud Enterprise. Like Hubs gets their 10 cents an hour, server fees, and then everything else you can customize. So that happened just like I think 2 days ago. So it's been a devastating news for the online web-based like social XR platforms. So.
Even outside of the social aspects of WebVR, it seemed like, I thought that was going to be a huge industry too, because just from like a higher level view, it seems like a really lucrative thing for anyone to be able to use your software from just going to a URL rather than having to go through a marketplace. But I guess I wonder why.
That's everybody's dream, like the Wreck-It Ralph, the Ready Player One VR internet. That's our dream as well. And this is like, you might not be able to see it right now, but the business conferences, getting enterprise to buy VR headsets and come to conferences and create content and demos and connect stuff. That we want to put this on the internet eventually, like what Hubs, similar to what Hubs did, and Firefox did. But it's a chicken or the egg problem with all technology, with the original internet, with smartphone apps and whatnot. Content and platform, content and users, right? Like, okay, in order to fund making content, you need users. In order to have users, you need content to attract the users. But the way we're hoping to break that chicken or the egg loop is, okay, let's get enterprise in to pour in money, because we solve problems that they have today that they'll spend money on solving, and then enterprise will create content. Enterprise will create ads and productivity tools and attract users so they make more money. And then consumers will come and see, oh, there's people using it, there's content on here, I'll go check it out. Developers will then create, like, all the other types of content, like entertainment and other types of consumer content.
No, you have to, I think enterprise is the only thing that's really like sustaining the industry right now. There are games, and you see there are games that make, like Beat Saber making like $20 million and stuff like that, but that's the exception to the rule, and so like it's enterprise is keeping things going. But it's a shame with it's just with Hubs, it was like I was just seeing the momentum really picking up, and I think you guys are in a really good space to be doing this stuff right now, because there is a huge demand, and we did a project for NYU, and we had we built out servers for like 20,000 people. We had about 3,000 concurrent users, which was pretty decent. Yeah. And since we did that, we've actually been getting approached by many different schools, universities, and there's like a Bio Africa conference coming up soon that we're going to be working with, and we've been working with a couple other schools, and so it's just like the demand is there. And so I was like, and even just I follow on the Discord for Hubs, you see so many. I'm just been seeing like this spike of like all these new people who are joining in and being like, hey, what is this? How do I use this? So it just feels like it's been accelerating. And so for them to be shutting things down at this point, it just feels like right at the very beginning of things really exponentially taking off. Never had more of a reason to have social XR than we do right now.
And it's always unfortunate because these big companies, when they have to scope and shrink, because Firefox isn't a Hubs business. It's a, Firefox. I don't know. I'm assuming it's the Firefox, the browser. That's the core business and revenue and ads and whatnot. But it's unfortunate when these businesses have to do that and cut off something that's really amazing and magnificent. It's like when Xbox cut off the Kinect. Even though a bunch of universities and researchers used it.
It will still exist, and it's open source. Most of it's I think the whole thing is actually open source, so it can still, it will still, So it will still exist. It's not going anywhere. It's just that you're going to see the development really slow down now, because it's going to be based on, it's going to need the community. I mean, you had 250 people working on this, so that's a pretty strong team that are going to so that's going to scale back quite a bit. So.
This has been the first meetup I've gone to, and it's a lot better than I thought they'd be.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better than I thought because you all came.
This was the first one.
Yeah. We were supposed to end an hour ago, and the fact that we're still here. We've been here for 2 hours now. I expected this to maybe go a little less than an hour. Maybe 40 minutes.
That's part of the problem I have with VR. Once I put it on, unless my cheekbones start hurting, I don't know what time it is.
Yeah.